Large language model based custom chatbots can be very helpful for big companies, small companies, for governments, for law firms. There are endless use cases. In one of our recent videos, we talked about how we can use RAG, which is Retrieval Augmented Generation, in order to build such custom chatbot. In this video, we're going to show you a demo of a custom chatbot that is built on top of a manual, that is a PDF manual. It's around 200 and more pages, and the chatbot is able to parse through that particular manual and answer you specific questions with regards to the content of that particular manual. Now, for motivation sake, what is the application for this? If you are a company, you have your user manuals, you have instruction guides, you have statement, you have standard operating procedures. This is something that you can use, your employees can use in order to find information based on those manuals. They don't have to go through thousands of pages of manuals. They can very easily use this chatbot and get their answers within seconds, within minutes, and that can save a company a lot of money and a lot of time. If you are the government, you have tons and tons of manuals, operating procedures that the government employees need to follow, and that is very important to comply with the law. And again, such a chatbot can assist them in order to do that. Instead of reading thousands and thousands of pages, they can refer to such chatbots to get pinpointed location where they need to focus on. If you are a law firm, associates can essentially use such a chatbot that can be trained on the law that you deal with, the acts, the framework of legislation that you deal with most frequently, and they can essentially use this in order to obtain specifics about where they can find information or information about the act. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Dhruv. I am an engineer at Convolve. At Convolve, we assist companies with unique solutions that integrate AI, computer vision, and natural language. So if you are someone who is looking for assistance, who wants to automate or who wants to make their procedures more efficient, here is our contact information. Feel free to contact us and we would be happy to assist you. So guys, in this video, I'm going to show you a demonstration first for setting up a custom chatbot based on a PDF operating manual. This operating manual is essentially from Immigration Canada. It is an enforcement manual that talks about port of entry examination procedure. So whenever someone comes to Canada, they go through some examination, and here on the screen you can see a sample from that manual. This manual is essentially the instructions to the immigration officers at the border on how to examine people that are coming into the country. Now this manual, as you can see, is 127 pages and has all the guidelines that the officers need to follow for port of entry examination procedures. And we're going to use this manual in order to train a custom chatbot, to train a custom LLM using retrieval augmented generation, and see if we are able to get specific answers that are answered in these manual. We'll start with a demo and then we'll go into the code. So guys, here you can see the demo for a chatbot. So this particular chatbot is named as Operation Manual Chatbot. So with regards to this chatbot, it is trained on this operation manual. So here you can see this is the manual that is created by Immigration Canada. This is about port of entry examinations and it's around 127 pages, right? So we're going to use this manual to be able to set up a large language model with retrieval augmented generation, that is RAG, and see if we are able to query the chatbot to get specific answers. And let's first just go over the demo here. So here I have a predefined set of questions that will showcase the effectiveness of this model. So let me just quickly show those questions to you guys. So let's try this particular question. Tell me about residency obligation of a permanent resident, and let's see what the chatbot does. So it's going to take some time to run. So here we have the answer to the question. Permanent residents must comply with the residency obligation for the 5-year period this is outlined in, they basically quote the section of the act as well as talks about the requirement that they need to fulfill. So this is all from this enforcement manual. So that's pretty nice. Let's try another question. How can a PR meet residency obligation without being physically present in Canada? So if I put this here, let's see the output here. A PR can meet residency obligation by being outside Canada and accompanying a Canadian citizen, spouse, or common law partner being employed by a Canadian business. So guys, this is essentially exactly what is mentioned in this manual. So if you go into the rights of PR and talk about the residency obligation, in this section over here, you'll see this is exactly what this guide talks about. So I have some knowledge about this stuff, and it definitely is correct information. So this is essentially a demo. So this is a motivation, and now we will talk about the code and look at how the things work. So guys, let's look at the code for this particular demo. So the first thing we do is from document loader within LangChain, we use the PDF loader to load the data in the PDF. So this enforcement 04-ENG PDF is the PDF over here. This has been downloaded from the website, and the entire PDF is being read in the data over here. So once we've done that, you see this is the entire data. And if we look at the length of the data, it will be 127. So that is exactly the number of pages in this document. So for each page, we have a list element, and that list element contains the information in that page. Now guys, the next thing is because every page can have a lot of different characters, a lot of different words, oftentimes it can be very long sequences that the model cannot deal with. So what we do is we divide everything into equal chunks of thousands. So this over here is going to split the text into equal chunks of thousands. So it's going to take the data on each page and then try to divide everything in equal chunks of thousands. So once we do this, it's going to create 469 documents out of 127. So essentially from 127, after dividing, we were able to get 469 documents. And just print out one of the docs. It's one of the documents which contains some information that was in the guide. Now here we set up the embeddings. We use Chroma library from LangChain, and from the documents we create these embeddings. So embeddings are essentially transforming the text into numbers. These are the numbers that can be fed into a model. So we use OpenAI embeddings, and here we are able to run the setup to get the vectors out of the data that we have. So while this is running, let's look at the next step, which is retriever. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with RAG, check out our previous video on RAGs. Here you can see on the screen the thumbnail for that. In this video, I've shown another demo on a web page for RAGs, and also explain what RAGs are. So here from there on, we are setting up the retriever in the RAG, and essentially what we're doing is, based on the similarity, we're going to get 6 closest documents that match the search query that we are adding. So for example, here the search query is what is residency obligation for a permanent resident. When we run this, this will return 6 different documents, and here for one of the documents we can get the content. So we can do it for first as well, right? These are very relevant things, right? All of these documents are pretty relevant with regards to what the residency obligation provision is for a permanent residence. Then we set up the LLM for the OpenAI model, and here are the prompts and the context. So guys, context, as we've talked in one of the previous videos, is where the retrieved text goes. Retrieved documents go here, and then the LLM is going to use the system prompt and the context, which has the retrieved documents, to further give the answer. So then it's going to be here we have done the retrieval, we are augmenting the prompt, and then the generation step happens where the LLM is going to do the generation of the answer. So this is where we are setting up those chains based on the LLM and the prompt, and then we are giving the retriever and the LLM. So here let's try this input. What should be done if PR does not meet residency obligation? As we run this, it will give us an answer, and let's see what kind of, if a PR does not meet the residency obligation, they may be subject to report for inadmissibility under section A41B, maybe issue removal order. So guys, not only does it give you the answer to the question, it also gives you the act. Let's try one more, and actually I've never tried this particular question, and see if it's able to do that. What section of the act is the report issued if a PR does not meet the residency obligation? So this is another question, and let's see if it's able to give some sort of answer. So exactly, it says that under A28, and if you go and read the Immigration Act, which I did verify, this is exactly correct. The report is issued under A44(1), and the section of the act that the resident has not complied is A28, which is amazing. So guys, in this case, why this is great is, say that you are a law firm and you have trained a custom model with all the laws or legislations that you most commonly deal with. Say that you're an immigration law firm and you've trained models using these kind of enforcements. Now you can ask the model, the chatbot, that this is my situation that I'm trying to face. I want to write a submission, I want to draft a submission to be submitted to the government. Please give me the relevant sections of the law that apply to this, right? And it will give you all the acts that essentially apply to that particular situation, and then you can cross-reference, verify those acts, and use it as a great starting point. Instead of going in, searching, reading through the entire acts, you can use this as a starting point, and therefore use the information you get from here to make your submissions. Similarly guys, if for example you are a corporation, you have standard operating procedures, you have instruction manuals for employees, you are trying to draft something based on your company policies, you are the HR of the company, and an employee is asking you a question about vacation policy or something related to that, all of this can be incorporated into this kind of a chatbot. You can feed it the data from your organization, the proprietary data which other LLMs, open source LLMs, would not have access to, and by just typing a single search query, you can get the exact answer. You can get the rule number, the exact policy that your company is following, and based on that you can save a lot of time, your employees can save a lot of time going forth using such chatbots. Similarly, if you're a government employee and the government has set up such a chatbot, you don't have to spend so much time going over all these enforcement manuals or these procedural manuals. You can just use such a chatbot if there is a robust enough system to be able to retrieve the information that you're looking for, and it will increase the efficiency, it will reduce the time that you spend, and it will reduce the amount of money that is spent on different tasks as well. That's it guys. In summary, we've talked about how we can use retrieval augmented generation with an LLM, and specifically we've talked about how you can use information in operation manuals, in PDF documents, and this is not just limited to PDF documents. You can have web pages, you can also have other sorts of documents, other formats that can be consumed by this software, and you can get a custom chatbot that, again, we already showed you a demo, that is a web demo that you can host in your organization and can be used for everything with regards to answering questions and providing value. That's it for this video guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.